My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of True Detective Season 1. And I am perfectly aware of the love this season has. Many people call it one of the best seasons of television ever. It's claimed by many to be a masterpiece, but I completely disagree. Let's begin talking about the cast, though, and Matthew McConaughey. Man, does he deliver here. This show came out in 2014, I think. So between this and Interstellar, what a hell of a year for him. His two best performances. He just plays Rust so perfectly, and yeah, best performance of the show, definitely. And then we've got Woody Harrelson, who also gives a great performance. Also got Michelle Monaghan, who I think is really great as well. She has a lot more to do here than she does in lots of her other roles. Alexandra Daddario, I think, gives some of her best work in this show. And Erin Moriarty, Starlight herself, I think gives a really good performance in the short time she's in this show. I do know there's other actors like Kevin Dunn, who I didn't mention, and they all do fine, but the cast, especially the main ones, do exceptional work here. This show is also written by Nick Pizzolatto, and it's a TV show, so Cary Fukunaga is credited as the director, but I don't know if it's him or Nick, so I don't know who I'll give credit to here, but whoever directed this show does a very good job. It's got lots of great production behind it. It's very well shot. And I do love some of the story here. You've got this piece of shit in Marty. This guy who has a loving family. And he betrays them. He gets involved in an affair. And he eventually earns the trust of his wife back, only to do it again later on. And you just really hate this guy. He's such a hypocrite in every fashion, and it does make for some compelling drama between the characters, though, especially with what his wife does with Rust later on. And I do like the partnership between Rust and Marty. I think the conflicting worldviews make for some compelling TV at times. I do think some of the dialogue is good. There's one line where if someone needs a divine promise of eternal life in order to be good, then that person is a piece of shit, and I love that. Also, forgiveness is for people with short memories. I love that line as well. So I do love some of the writing. But for the life of me, I could not get even remotely invested in this mystery. It is the most generic detective case that they could have came up with. And it makes me appreciate movies like Zodiac and Seven even more. You know, movies with a detective story where you're engaged the entire time. Here, it's just what's the word? It's just background. It's just noise. That's what I'm looking for. It's just there to give the characters to do, and I like it when the character work in the main story, when the internal story and the external story are intertwined. And you don't really get that here. It's just a reason to bring these characters together. And if this was a 2-hour movie or even a 3-hour movie, I still think it could have been really great. But at 8 hours, I value my time, and I just don't feel like this show does enough with its runtime. And the last two episodes are definitely the worst two, and they dragged quite a bit for me. Like, the show just loses steam entirely. And at the end of the day, I just don't think the show is all that thematically deep. It thinks it is, it pretends it is, but is it? I wouldn't say so. It just comes across like it has more to say than it actually does about human nature, and I don't know, it's just not all that deep. You take a story like Last of Us 2, well, on its surface it's just a revenge story, but there's so much underneath all of that, and here I just feel like it's pretty surface level. Which I know some people will like ridicule me for even suggesting, but hey, I just don't think this show is all that great, and like you know, it's kind of boring. So yeah, like there are elements of this show I do like. The cast, some of the writing, like the character drama was good, and it's a well produced show, but it's just overly long. I feel like all the good stuff gets lost in the mix at an eventual point, and the detective case was just as uninvesting as they come, so I'll give True Detective Season 1 a 4 out of 10. Okay, have you seen True Detective Season 1? If so, let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. Don't forget to type that I'm a dumbass for not understanding this brilliant masterpiece. And like, and comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos soon, and Gavin out.